Are you ruining your scholarship chances without even knowing? Here are the 7 common mistakes that people make when applying for scholarship. You will want to listen to the end because the last one is probably the most important one. When applying for scholarship, it's important that you read through the advertisement and the instruction for applying for the scholarship so that to avoid certain mistakes that may cost you the scholarship. And there are 7 common mistakes that people make when they read or are interested in applying for a scholarship. The first one is procrastination. Procrastination happens when you delay the application of the scholarship until a later date. Maybe you feel like the application deadline is quite long and you can submit it close to the end of the deadline. But you'll be surprised to find out that close to the end of the deadline, it may be hard to submit because of inability to include certain documents like your recommendation letters that your references needs to send. So it's important you start on time so that you provide all the necessary documents and nothing is missing in your application. So procrastination can cost you a scholarship. Imagine putting up all the effort and you're not able to submit because a reference letter was not submitted because the referee says that you contacted him late, so he's too busy to submit the reference letter for you. But when you contact the referee on time, he will be able to submit the reference letter. The second mistake that people make is poor or no proofreading. This includes your CV, your statement of purpose, or any of the essays you are required to write. It's important that you read through all these documents for errors, and mistakes, grammatical errors and mistakes, and correct them, because it won't be, nice to submit a document that when the reviewers are reading through your documents, they are encountering several errors. It shows a poor quality of work and it may cost you the scholarship. So it's important you proofread all your documents and even give someone to have a second look at it, because it's more objective when someone look at it than just you alone. Someone will be able to notice certain errors that probably you were not able to see. So lack of proofreading or inadequate proofreading can cost you a scholarship. The next mistake that can be made is weak recommendation letters. So when requesting for recommendation letter for referees, ensure that the referees is a relevant referee and is available to submit a good recommendation letter for you, whether it's professional or academic referees. If the scholarship requests for professional referee, ensure you provide professional. If the request for academic, provide academic. If it's a mix, you can provide a mix. But ensure you follow the instructions as advertised in the scholarship. Recommendation letter is very important because it's somebody testifying about you, about your skills, your ability, and what you're capable of. So it's important that your recommendation letter are well written and accurately reflect your abilities and accomplishments. The fourth mistakes that people do when submitting scholarship application is poor quality essays. Essay is one of the most important things in submitting application, and it helps the reviewers see your ability to write and also your ability to express yourself in a written way. And it's important that your essays is a reflection of your capability and what you represent. And when writing an essay, it's good that you do your preliminary research to gather your information before you start writing, so that you won't have to go back, looking for information that will delay you. So do your literature review, gather all the relevant information before you begin writing, and ensure you follow the instruction in terms of the word count, in terms of the way the essay should be structured. So ensure you follow what is being requested of. So poor quality essays can cost you a scholarship if you don't give it attention. The next mistakes that people make, also a common mistake, is missing documents. So when submitting an application, ensure that all the required documents are submitted so that you won't have to be contacted to submit necessary required documents. Some advertisers will not even ask you for missing documents. They will just evaluate it based on the documents you submit. So ensure that there are no missing documents in your application, especially the required documents, because it can cause you to delay the review of your application. So ensure that you have all your documents set before you submit for your application. And then the sixth common mistake that people make is wrong formatting. If the advertisement of the scholarship states that you should use a certain font size when writing an essay or when formatting in a Microsoft document, ensure you follow the relevant font size, page alignment and margin, and also the font type and other specification for the formatting. So poor formatting or formatting that does not comply with the instruction by the advertisers can cost you the scholarship. So format your document. If the advertisers say use Times Roman font type and use font size of 12, follow the instruction. And then the last but not the least mistake that people make is giving up. Don't ever give up on your dreams. Even if you receive multiple rejections, keep applying. Never give up. I have spoken about some of these things in my videos in the past. I've answered a lot of questions about scholarship, on how to write CV and statement of purpose, reference letters, letter of motivation. I've spoken in the previous video, and I'll put the link in the description so that you can look and learn more about successful scholarship application. If you have made any of these mistakes in the past, please write in the comment section so that other people can learn. Thank you and bye.